Welcome back to the channel. I had not really anticipated to make another video so soon. As I mentioned in the last video, I'm doing free readings with my Oracle deck, and so I had made a post on Facebook and I received 2 replies for people wanting readings, and I received some really great feedback from Severin about her reading, and so it seemed fitting to go ahead and do these readings tonight. I was talking with her on Facebook earlier, and basically my goal in the future is to get to a place where I'm doing at least 1 reading a day, at least for a while. I really want to invest energy in that practice of working with the cards every day. So there's going to be 2 readings in this video. I don't think that I'm going to separate them. I may start separating the readings in the future, I'm not sure. Separating them ultimately makes more work for me, and the software that I'm using is kind of weird. If you're not careful, even though you intentionally try to separate them, it won't. So then your only option is to go on YouTube and use their video editor, and it just becomes a hassle. So I don't know if they'll be separated in the future or not. Time will tell. Also, I did want to mention, for those of you who don't know about YouTube, or really some of the settings of how it works, if you are inclined to have a reading and you prefer that your reading be private, there's a setting that I can click on the video before I publish it, and then I can send you the link, and so only you will have the viewing for the reading, and it won't be public for anyone else as long as you don't share the link itself. So that's always an option as well. Definitely, if you yourself watching this video now, or if you know someone who's interested in receiving a free reading, leave me a comment and let me know, because there again, that's part of the agenda for me for the future. That's what I want to do. As I mentioned in the last video, I've received and experienced a lot of synchronicity recently, and I've been further exploring that whole light language thing that I mentioned, and that has been pretty neat. And I'm not going to make any grand claims about it, but I will say I've had some unusual things occur while watching some of those videos and listening to the language itself. So I'm not really going to get into much of an update in this video because I want to focus on the readings. However, I've received some intuitive messages today, and so there's a likelihood that when I finish these 2 readings, I will probably do an update video and talk about something that has been on my mind, and it's referenced in some videos that I saw today, and it feels important that I speak about it. So that may occur. We will see. Put that there. Let me take a moment to ground myself, and very shortly we will begin. all in all, it's been a fairly low-key day. I had some things I had to take care of earlier, but nothing major. Emily says hello. Yeah, nothing really out of the blue or strange necessarily. Still a lot of plans in the work, things that I need to work on and accomplish. I had further strange dreams last night, really vivid dreams. And that's more of a personal note. I don't want to mention any of the details, but it was just odd, adventures, interactions with people, conversations. But it didn't stand out as being something symbolic or necessarily something that I should pay specific attention to. But as I said, I'm still picking up and experiencing a lot of synchronicity. It seems to me that the more I look for those things, the more they tend to, pop out of the woodwork. So, all right. Okay. I did receive an intuitive message earlier today that with the first reading, which is going to be for my friend Kim, I'm supposed to also include the dice roll. So I'm going to do that as well at the end, or, when the moment feels right. Work with the cards here for a moment. This is my way of sort of saying hello to them. It's a slower step of integration of energies, and okay, now let me connect with the deck and connect the deck with Kim's energy. Okay. Supposed to turn these. Alright. Now I had what I term an intuitive, what I feel like was an intuitive message earlier today, specifically regarding Kim's reading, and so I made a note here. This is about one of the cards, the first card, and so I'm very interested to see what becomes of that in relation to this note. So we will see how that manifests. I may or may not share this depending on the lay of these cards. This reading is going to be for the month. I didn't get any kind of impression that it should have been for a different time frame. So, Okay. First card. Hmm. I'm gonna have to study this card, I believe. It's a strange card, and I'm getting a strange feeling from it. But I'm not exactly certain what that feeling is. I'll go ahead and show it to you. It is reversed, and it requires a bit of explanation. This card has no name. I believe there are either 2 or 3 cards in this deck similar to this one in that they don't have a name, and if memory serves me correctly from what I have read online, these cards are designed that way so that you draw your own inspiration from them specifically in a sort of unique way. And I'm gonna have to turn this card right side up and feel it, and then seek the reverse. Now, this is a very strange card. I'm feeling spirit in this card, like beings or entities, not the elements. But for this status card, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting surrounded by those things, but with this being reversed, I would almost say that it's an absence of that for some reason, like a feeling of lack of connection, a feeling of isolation, where there was once a lot of spiritual activity or energy or power, or however you want to term that. The reverse of this is some kind of like drifting in the desert, a lack of those energies. That's what I'm picking up from this. So there's our start. Okay. Hmm. This is both surprising and strange to be, at this position in the layout. Okay. This card is the Prince of Light. Intuitively, when I look at this card, ultimately I do get the impression of a person. And there's a lot of meaning here. It is strange that it comes in the placement of your challenge card. I'm trying to think of how to word this, and it's coming really fast. This is more about things this person represents, or things they're trying to bring into your life, or some element or aspect of this person, and it's something it's almost like this person is reminding you of things that you don't want to see or you don't want to accept, or it's like bringing to light something, and that in and of itself is causing an issue. um, so that's a very weird challenge. But yeah, that's the core of it. It's like you want to connect with this person, you want some sort of friendship, but this person is walking a certain kind of spiritual path, and there's a disharmony there for whatever reason. um, yeah. Okay. Let's see what our tool card is. mm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay. Your tool card is the Star Fairy reversed. Intuitively, when I turned this card over, the first impression that I got was transition, movement, a fallen star, and this to me signifies letting go. It's a very powerful convergence and change. Whether it be letting go of this person, which intuitively that makes sense to me, but it may not specifically be letting go of this person. It may simply be letting go of that difference or that separation. Transformation, the word keeps coming back really bold. Transformation. There is some decision or some approach, some choice that you could or can make, that involves your own personal transformation, and that can be a solution to this challenge. Gotta take a moment here. The cards still feel energized, but it's a different energy than it was yesterday. I don't feel that yesterday when I did those readings it was just so sort of off the charts, and that this feels different but still very strong in its own kind of unique way. Okay. Mm. This is a really positive outcome card, and not surprising now that I see it. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. It is the Green Woman. Intuitively, what I'm getting from this card is, think of the word, it's harmony. This is, I want to say maturity, but it's not the separation between, it's not about like being childish or mature. This is maturity as in raising crops, and then they mature into what they are. And this is, so intuitively, this is the outcome of that transformation, should you choose to go that path. And all these leaves, immediately when I saw this card, I'm getting this intuition of puzzle pieces fitting together. Like it's the scheme of things, and something that has been going on for a really long time. And there again, through using some of these tools, these pieces are fitting together, and there's harmony and resonance. So this is a really great outcome card. There's a lot of potential here for some serenity and peace, and goodness in the Green Woman. Okay, let's see your last card. This is your card, the one that will really speak to you. Okay. Your card is Pan, reversed. I'll hold it here for a moment so that you can get a good look at it. Intuitively, when I turn this card over, the impression I'm getting is, in a sense, it's like loss of innocence, but not in a bad way. I mean, this is sort of, this goes back to what I mentioned about maturity. To me, intuitively, that's what I feel from it. This is like life lessons learned. This is evolution. It's moving forward along a path. Learning. That's what I get from it. To some degree, it's enlightenment. It's learning life lessons. Having a greater awareness. Wisdom is a better term. Yeah, earned wisdom. So there again, as I always say, this is your personal card, and though I may have my own feelings about it, definitely you need to find your own voice in this card, because this is important to you and for you for this month. So I'll show it again. Alright. Okay. Time to do your dice. Okay, give me a moment to connect to these dice. Okay. Let's see how many digits we have here. Wow. You're going to have a long number. You've got 6 digits. Your first number is a 6. I'm going to mark this down for my own records. Second number is an 11. third number is an 8. The fourth number is 11. Fifth number is a 7. And your last number is a 4. So you have 6, 11, 8, 11, 7, and 4. Odd series of numbers. Yeah, these numbers will be meaningful and important to you during the month. You may see them. You know, it may appear on the clock, or you know, on a web page that you're looking at, or page number of a book that you're reading right now. These numbers are in resonance and harmony with you. So definitely my advice is to seek them out and see where they lead you. I'm going to go ahead and put these cards back in the deck, and then I'll take a moment before I do the next reading. In semi-related news, I think I mentioned this in the video that I posted last night. Severin had offered to do a reading for me. I think she's going to do it tonight, you know, or sometime very soon, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing that and seeing what her cards show for me for the month. I have watched some YouTube videos for my sign, which is Pisces, for this month, and it's really positive. The readings that I've seen online, positive and informative. So I'm very curious to see how that pans out. Okay, mix the cards here for a moment, then we'll align our energies and move into the reading. I feel inclined to reiterate, I really love the art of this deck. It's really beautiful, and I have always had an affinity for fairies and the folklore, mythology surrounding fairies, so it's very powerful to me. I have had this deck for years and neglected to use it, you know, for various reasons, nothing having to do with the deck itself, just, you know, wasn't the right timing. But I am certainly glad that I decided to start working with it. Okay. Let me connect myself further with the deck and connect April's energy to the deck for this reading. As I had mentioned in the video last night, you know, at times I hear unusual noises here, and when I was connecting with the deck, literally like, you know, 10 seconds ago, I heard another one of those noises above me. So intuitively I'm taking from that it's my guides reaching out to me, trying to help me to further connect to them. So it seemed relevant to mention that. Now let me mix these. Oh. I was going to mix them further, and I got this message that no, this is where we are. This is where we're going. So let me lay the cards. Yeah, there's a lot of energy coming now for whatever reason. Yeah, like yesterday, but it's, as I said, it's a different kind of energy. This is even different from the first reading that I did earlier in the video. Okay. Another synchronicity. First card, your status card. This is a really good status card. A really good start to this spread. Your first card is the Prince of Light. So this is our beginning. And as I said earlier about this card, I just get this impression of harmony, of light could be taken in a lot of different contexts. What I'm going to say here is self-awareness, being in the right place on your spiritual path, whether you realize it or not. Like there's a resonance and a harmony with you right now, speaking through this card. Hmm. Yet another interesting challenge card. Okay. Sorry. I'll show it to you this way and then reverse it. Your challenge card is the leaving, and it was reversed. And with this card being a challenge card and being reversed, intuitively, looking at it, I get the impression that although there is this harmony, this resonance, there's it's like a path is opening up, or has opened up, or will open up this month, and for whatever reason you have some reservation about walking that path. And so therein inherently this is the challenge. It's understanding that your resonance, the resonance that you have now, this Prince of Light, the goodness, that's the direction that harmony is taking you. You have some confliction or some doubt, or there's a challenge, there's something in the way of you making that choice to go in that direction, and that's your challenge here in this, the leaving reversed. Some reservation of making those choices or those changes, and so that's the challenge. And I'm going to say this too, intuitively I'm also getting, and it's kind of coming fast, there's this figure on top of these boulders, and this figure to me represents guides, it represents spirits, or someone watching over you. And so someone is watching over you, and they are trying to encourage you to go in this direction, but for whatever reason during this month, or right now, you're having this feeling of not wanting to listen to them or not follow their guidance, and so that's interconnected to this challenge. Okay. Hmm. Very fitting resolution or tool card here. Alright. Your resolution card is the Juggler, and it is another reversed card. And intuitively, when I turned this over, I got this impression of the voice is letting go. It's, you know, part of this doubt, or this hesitation, or this problem with going in this direction and following this harmony is this desire not to want to let go, to be in full control. And this tool card is saying letting go is not always bad. Sometimes it can seem reckless or dangerous, but letting go can also be freeing, especially if you're following deep intuition. And so that's what I'm getting from this card is let go, allow yourself to trust that intuition and to walk, to move forward, to take a chance. Yeah. Okay, I'm not ready for this card yet. I'll take a moment here. This has been a very good and clear reading thus far. On an intuitive level, things have been pretty clear. There's a lot of energy. As I mentioned in previous videos, I'm still, I'm still working through that process of becoming accustomed to the heightened energy. And it may simply be the more that I'm working with these cards, the more that I'm tuning myself to that practice, and to being sensitive to the specific energies of the cards in this kind of work. But I think that will be an interesting process. I'm getting this message now. I'm supposed to consult one of my guides before I do this card, so let me do that quickly. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Your outcome or resolution card here is the shadow of the past, and yet again it's reversed. And in my opinion, intuitively, what I get when I turn this over, when I reach for it, basically the impression that I'm getting here is that somewhere in the past you've had situations or circumstances where you tried to trust that intuition, and you felt like it led you into a bad place or a bad situation or a difficulty. What I'm getting here, it's coming really fast, is that, sorry, give me a moment here. Those circumstances, though you viewed them in that light, the more important thing there was that there was a learning experience. You gained something from that difficulty that you went through, and that was the purpose of why you were led there via your heart. Also, what I'm getting from this card is that that's not the syntax of this specific outcome. This outcome is more about trusting your instincts and following your heart, and it's going to lead you somewhere. But it's not about learning a hard lesson through strife or difficulty. I'm seeing a lot of the flowers and stuff in this card, and so this is about bounty. This is about coming into a phase or a place or a moment of goodness, receiving bounty. So I think this is a very positive outcome card. Yeah. I didn't receive a message that I should use the dice for this reading, and so I won't do that. But we have reached the stage where we will do the final card. Hmm. Okay. Very fitting for your personal card for this month. um, your personal card for this month is the Lady of Faith, and as you see, it's also reversed. Now, intuitively to me, I mean, this speaks to going back. You know, it's about this challenge card and that doubt, that lack of faith in your own intuitive abilities, or that lack of faith of things turning out okay. And so I think that's why this is representative of you for your personal card for this month. This card is trying to speak to you to remind you that it's okay to be free and follow those intuitions if they're strong and if you feel that resonance, that harmony. That's the impression that I get. I will show you the card again, both reversed, and then I'll turn it over so that you can see it and find your own unique message and view in it. Okay. Alright. All in all, I think both of those were really good readings. As I often say, if you have further questions, certainly let me know. Leave me a comment either on Facebook or here on this video, and I'll be happy to look into these further. And there again, definitely, if you know anyone or you yourself watching this video, if you're inclined to have a reading done, leave me a message or let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. I believe that's about all I want to include in this video. Like I said, I want tentatively to do another video sort of back to back after this one, to talk about some things on a more personal note, and have some updates and discussion. So as I always say, I hope all of you are well. I send you light and love and harmony, and I will speak with you soon.